This Jasson Dominguez kid, the Martian, he will not stop hitting home runs for the Yankees, and same with Ronald, but of course he's on the Braves. I don't know why people keep throwing him fastballs directly down the middle. Like, this is not MLB The Show. Ronald is not going to drop his PCI out there. Freddie Freeman, he made some history for the Dodgers and also the Texas Rangers. Their season, it could be over. All of that in today's MLB Recap. We do this almost every single day, so don't be afraid to stick around and hit that subscribe button, and also use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek to save 20 bucks off tickets. All right, here we go. Both the Diamondbacks and the Cubs understood the importance of this game. The Cubs, they're going for a crown in the NL Central, and the Snakes, they're just trying to stay afloat in the NL wildcard. Zach Gallen and Jameson Taillon, they were sick. This was like a 1v1 on rust between Optic Predator and Zergriz. If you know what I just said, you're cool. Taillon, he went 6 shutout innings, only 1 base hit allowed, while Zach Gallen not only kept up, but he kept going. 6 shutout innings, then he went 7 shutout innings. All he needed was 1 run, and the rookie got it for him. Corbin Carroll, he singled home Lourdes Gurriel Jr. for the lead, and Gallen, he went all 9. A complete game shutout. He leads the National League in games started, innings pitched. The dude is an absolute workhorse, and he's been that way since he was a rookie. The Diamondbacks, they've won 3 in a row, and now they need the Marlins to lose. We'll talk about Miami in just a second because we have to show the Brewers game. The Brewers fan base needs their team to capitalize on Arizona beating the Cubs, and what a grab from Sal Frelick, the rookie. He robs Jake Bauers. Can't rob that one though. Jasson Dominguez, he now has 4 home runs in his first 7 games. He's the first 20-year-old ever to have 4 home runs that quick. Now Milwaukee, they also have a young stud, and his name is Willy Adames. He just turned 28. I thought he was approaching maybe 29, 30 years old. He's only 28. His 24th ties it at 2. The game stayed tied until the 7th when Milwaukee, they finally broke through again, and the Yankees bullpen completely folded. RBI singles from Contreras and Santana untied it, and Adames, he ripped another RBI extra base hit. Andrew Monasterio, he had a 2-run double. He can play. He's got a 345 on base percentage, 7 stolen bases. Milwaukee, they do put some extra distance between them and the Cubs. They're 3 games ahead for first place. We're going to talk about the Astros and Mariners game in a second, but speaking of first place teams, the Rangers, they were 3 games ahead for first place like 2 weeks ago, and if they lose, they'll be 3 games back of first place. Corey Seager, he has been historically good all season long, and I mean that. 35 doubles, 29 home runs, 86 RBIs. That would be insane over a full 162 game schedule. He's done that in 97 games. Both teams, they traded RBI singles, so Oakland, they're down by 1, and yes, I'm setting up a big moment for Oakland. Este Ruiz, he is unlocking it offensively. He's hitting .409 with 2 home runs and 7 stolen bases over his last 6 games. Remember, he hit .330 in 70 AAA games, so he can swing it a little bit. Shea Langoliers, he's all but saved his season. 440 feet for the lead over his last 13 games. He has 6 home runs and 12 RBIs with a pretty good 850 OPS. He's still hitting under 200, but he's at least hitting home runs. He has 17 on the season. That is a lot for a catcher. Ryan Noda, he continues to hit extra bases. That's another double. He makes it 6-3, and Trevor May, he grabbed his 19th save. A disaster second half is happening for the Rangers. I think they're like 4-16 over their last 20 games. So they desperately need the Astros and the Mariners to lose, which is probably unlikely because Houston, they're facing off against the Padres, and Seattle, they're taking on the Rays. So actually, Seattle, they're going to have a tough matchup between them and the Rays, and maybe I underestimated the Padres. I mean, on paper, when Blake Snell pitches, the Padres are one of the best teams in baseball. 3 RBI singles kind of made the difference in this game. Luis Campsiano, Trent Grisham, and Ha-Seong Kim, they all singled in a run, make it a 2-run single for Ha-Seong Kim. He also stole 3 bases in this game, by the way. He has 17 home runs and 34 stolen bases. We stand Ha-Seong Kim, a fellow short king. Xander, he went yard, his 17th of the season. Juan Soto, he doubled in Ha-Seong Kim to make it a 6 spot, and that was plenty for Blake Snell. Another quality start in the books. He struck out 8 hitters over 6 innings. Over his last 20 starts, Blake Snell has a 1.4 ERA and 161 strikeouts in 116 innings. That is insane. Manny, he got it close to double digits on a 2-run double, and there it is. Trent Grisham, he kind of goes the other way, kind of dead center left field with a 3-run home run. The Padres embarrassed the Astros 11-2. So Rangers fans got to be pretty happy with the Padres right now. Now they're going to shift their allegiance to the Tampa Bay Rays. Again, Texas, Houston, and Seattle, they're all fighting for first place in the AL West, and this win would actually put the Mariners back in first place. Seattle, they came out swinging off of Taj Bradley. The Mariners got a home run from Eugenio Suarez, a home run from J-Rod, another one. He's got 28 home runs and 36 stolen bases. Cal Raleigh, he has 27 home runs, so he ties a career high that he set last year. But here comes a little bit of drama. George Kirby, he was sent back out for the 7th inning, and he got torched, absolutely lit up by the Rays offense. Rene Pinto, he has been a power machine lately. That's his 3rd 2-run home run of the last week. And, oh no, in what felt like 17 seconds, Seattle and George Kirby, they lost their lead. Harold Ramirez, he made made it 6-4. He's hitting 300 on the season with 10 home runs. Then Isaac Paredes, he belted his 29th home run. So it's 7-5 Tampa Bay, and it's going to stay that way as Pete Fairbanks, he felt festive. He feels Halloween coming. He straight up carved the Mariners like pumpkins. He struck out 3 for his 21st save. Now, I did mention there was some drama, and it comes from a post-game interview of George Kirby completely throwing his manager under the bus and saying he should have not been sent out for the 7th inning.
I wish I wasn't out there for the 7th, to be honest. So I was at 90 pitches, and I didn't think I needed to go anymore, but it is what it is.
Is that a conversation in the dugout, or is it?
It'll be a conversation soon.
Now, those 3 teams all will still have a chance in the wild card if they don't win the West. Now, staying with the wild card, Toronto, they have been flying up the standings. Yusei Kikuchi, he went out and tossed a brilliant 5-inning 3-hitter. He had 8 strikeouts. He has 284 strikeouts over his last 249 innings, so he's really starting to figure out how to put people away consistently. Bo Bichette, he clutched up a few times, once in the 6th on a double and another time in the 7th inning. He's hitting .315 with 47 extra base hits and a near 130 OPS plus. He's going to fly around to score on that long double from Vladdy, who split the gaps. He barely missed a 3-run home run. He's got 131 doubles and 125 home runs. He's still just 24 years old. Ernie Clement, he knocked in one more vital run, and it was vital because the Royals, they scored 2 to make it a 5-4 ball game, but Jordan Romano, the Canadian-born relief pitcher that was sent from the baseball gods for this exact team, he's got 33 saves. He's so good. The Blue Jays have gone 7-3 over their last 10 games, so they're 1.5 games ahead of the Rangers for that final wild card spot. Boston, they pretty much are the exact inverse. They're now 3-7 over their last 10. They've been completely left behind by the Blue Jays. RBI extra base hits from Baltimore put them up by 3. Ryan O'Hearn, he's hitting .305 with 12 home runs. Mullins, he drove in 2 on that double, and Kyle Bradish, he's been rock solid for as long as I can remember. Over the last 2 or 3 months, he went 5 shutout before getting hit around in the 6th. He still came away with a quality start and 9 strikeouts over 6 innings. Since May 12th, months ago, over 21 starts, Kyle Bradish has a 2.5 ERA. I mean, he has been absolutely incredible. Adley Rutschman, he teed up his 18th home run, and check out this play. Ryan McKenna in right field, he robs Rafael Devers of extra base hits, maybe even a home run to end the 8th inning. Then you had RBI singles from Gunnar Henderson. Aaron Hicks made it an 11th spot. Boston, they've lost 3 games in a row. That is the worst losing streak in the AL after the Rangers. The Rangers have lost 4 in a row. Shifting gears to the NL version of the Red Sox, kind of a surprise team who's played super well, but they've fallen off lately. We're talking about the Reds, and they were taking on the Cardinals. Wilson Contreras does not cheat the fans with home runs, 440 feet on a prodigious 3-run home run, and there's 3 more runs on one swing. Luken Baker, he cleared the bases on his first career double in 84 AAA games. These are video game numbers. Luken Baker hit .335 with 33 home runs in 84 games. That is stupid. Hunter Renfroe and Nick Senzel, they've always destroyed lefties, so they kind of got the Reds back into it off of Drew Rom, but St. Louis, they got all of those runs back. Arenado had an RBI single. Nootbaar had an RBI double. They almost got to double digits as they beat the Reds 9-4. The Reds were tied with the Marlins coming into that game, so if Miami wins this game, Cincinnati, they will fall again behind the Marlins in the wild card. Trey Turner, he hit another home run because of course he did. Trey got on again in the 3rd inning. He stole his 26th bag, and then the 2-timer knocked him home. Bryce, he made it a 2-0 lead for Christopher Sanchez, who was impressive yet again. 4 strikeouts over 5 shutout, but as soon as he left, the other Sanchez, he showed up for the Marlins. Jesus Sanchez, all this guy does is rake a pinch hit 2-run blast, and then Jacob Stallings, of all people, he put the game on ice in the 7th inning. The bullpen for Miami, they were nails. 1 hit over the final 4 frames, and Tanner Scott, he had an easy 1-2-3 9-pitch 9th inning. They beat the Phillies 3-2, so the Reds, they keep falling in the standings. Miami is now just a half game back of the Diamondbacks, but do not count out the Giants just yet. This was one of the craziest games of 2023, the Rockies and the Giants. Hunter Goodman, he legged out a 2-run triple to start the scoring for the Rockies, and enter Nolan Jones. Mans threw a 101-mile-per-hour seed to keep the game scoreless, and then he showed off the pop. Going to left field in San Francisco is not easy. He's got 15 home runs, a bunch of stolen bases. He's hitting .311 over his last 20 games. I cannot believe he traded him, but here comes the Giants, and this was fun to watch. Wilmer Flores, a 2-run home run. He's hitting .290 with 22 home runs. Mitch made it a 1-run game, and then JD Davis, he tied it. He went 1 for 5, but he made his 1-hit count, and so did Elias Diaz. He also went 1 for 5 and made his 1-hit count, a 3-run home run. The All-Star Game MVP put his team up by 3. Now it's only 1 because rookie Blake Sabol, he cracked a long 2-run home run. He quietly has 12 home runs on the season. And then there's a veteran coming up clutch for his squad, Mike Yastrzemski. He ties it, and Colorado's bullpen, they stunk it all the way up. 2 walks with the bases loaded to put the Giants up by 2, and good thing they did it because Nolan Jones, the next Kyle Tucker, he doubled in another run, but the Rockies, they fall short 9-8. That was a really fun game to watch. That was amazing. All right, let's get the two best teams in the NL out the way. The Braves first, and then we'll talk about the Dodgers and Freddie Freeman making some history. 3 RBI singles made it 4-zip for the Braves, and I'm not even going to really show all of them because I have to ask, why do pitchers keep doing this? Mitch Keller threw a meatball directly down Broadway, and Ronald smoked it for his 35th home run. 455 feet. He is 5 away from 40 home runs. Eddie Rosario, he popped a 2-run home run. Eddie Rosario was hitting 280 with 15 doubles, 17 home runs, and 56 RBIs over his last 80 starts. Ronald, he drove in another just for fun, and even though Jack Sawinski hit a 2-run blast, Bryce Elder, he was great. Elder, he struck out 9 over 7 innings. He only allowed 4 base hits. He has a 3.3 ERA over his first 216 innings, dating back to last year. He's been pretty good. The Braves beat the Pirates 8-2. The Dodgers also scored 8 runs, but their game was not as easy. I mean, this was a fun game as well. After JD Martinez kickstarted the game with a 2-run home run, he just came back from the IL, by the way. Kyber Ruiz, he flipped the game on its head with 1 swing, a 3-run tater. He was in that Trey Turner and Max Scherzer trade a few years ago, so that's his 17th home run. That's got to feel really good. And it was short-lived because Max Muncy, he's up to 33 home runs. He ties it, and then moments later, Enrique Hernandez, he put the Dodgers back out in front until CJ Abrams slammed down an Uno reverse card. He got both of those runs back. CJ Abrams has been an actual cheat code over his last 64 games. He's got 10 home runs and 34 stolen bases in 64 games. He's got 16 home runs and 41 stolen bases on the season. So 2024 could be a movie for CJ Abrams. Chris Taylor, he said, hey, that's cool, but this is cooler. I'm going to steal the lead back on this 2-run double. And like I said, the Dodgers, they scored 8. So after Evan Phillips cooked the Nationals in the 9th inning, he struck out 2. He's got 22 saves. And I forgot to mention earlier in this game, Freddie Freeman roped his 53rd double of the season. That is the most in Dodgers franchise history. He might hit 60. Here we go. The other LA team, the Angels, even though they're not in LA. Anyways, the Naylor brothers, they nailed some RBI singles early on to give their starting pitcher a lead, and he's a rookie starting pitcher, Logan Allen. He was great. He only allowed 3 base hits over 5. He struck out 6. Listen, when Shane Bieber and Tristan McKenzie come back, Logan Allen is going to be a 5-starter, which is insane. And good thing that Naylor took a bases loaded walk in the 6th inning talking about Josh Naylor, because Logan O'Hoppe, he would have tied it. I feel so bad for Logan. He was seeing beach balls before his shoulder injury, and he's been struggling ever since he came back, so hopefully he found something on that swing. Cleveland, they scored 2 on some sac flies, and the bullpen, they didn't implode for once. Trevor Stephan, a clean 8th inning. Emmanuel Clase, a clean 9th inning for his 39th save, the most in baseball. All right, so technically Cleveland is still alive, and they really could use the Mets taking care of business versus Royce Lewis. Can you knock it off, please? Another RBI extra base hit, his first of 2 RBI doubles. And look at this, Mets fans, they gave Correa a standing ovation. If you don't remember, Carlos Correa in the offseason, he signed with the Mets, but then failed a medical, so technically he was on the Mets. I wanted it bad. I wanted Lindor and Correa on the same team, and they both showed off. Lindor with the go-ahead 2-run double, and Correa, he tied it on a moonshot, 440 feet, his 18th home run. Since August 7th, he's got 6 home runs and a near 390 on base percentage. Keuchel and Senga, they both allowed 2 runs on a few base hits, nothing too crazy. It's tied going into the 7th when Francisco Alvarez quite literally threw the game away. That run scores, and then there's Royce again. The kid is hitting 320 with 41 RBIs in 47 games. Max Kepler, he put the cherry on top with another RBI, and Johan Duran, he's got 25 saves. The Twins, even though the Guardians win, nothing changes in the Central. They're still up by 6.5 games. Mike Clevinger was put on waivers, and I'm actually kind of shocked that no one picked him up because he's been insane lately. I mean, he does come with a lot of baggage. He's tied to Trevor Bauer. He's got some off-the-field stuff, so I guess I get it. But he and Reese Olson, they were dealing. Clevinger, he tossed 6 shutout, and same with Reese Olson. Only Reese Olson did not allow a single base hit through 6 innings, and there it is. Luis Robert Jr., he ruins the no-hitter. He doubles to end it, and then Moncada, he basically ended the game. His 2-run home run was all that Clevinger and the Sox bullpen needed. Clevinger, he struck out 7 over 7 shutout on just 3 base hits allowed. Benintendi, he scored 2 on a 2-run double, and then Eloy and Yohan, they collected some RBIs. I mean, honestly, what's the future for the White Sox? Can they be good in 2024? I kind of doubt it because they haven't given me any reason to. So the only division standings we have to look at right now, the AL West, we have the Astros at a half game ahead of the Mariners and the Rangers because they've lost 4 games in a row. They're 3 games back of first place, and then the Cubs, they're also 3 games back of the Brewers for first place in the NL Central because they've lost 2 in a row. The Reds have also lost 2 games in a row, so they're now out of the playoffs. They're 1.5 games back of the Diamondbacks for that final wild card spot. You have the Marlins at a half game back of the Diamondbacks, and the Giants, they're still fighting. They're 2.5 games back. And then in the AL wild card, it's really a 4-team race because the Red Sox have been scuffling. They've lost 3 in a row. The Yankees have lost 2 in a row, so the Rangers, they're a game and a half behind the Blue Jays. And, I mean, that's just going to be crazy. Today's objective, I'm going to try and get every single Immaculate Grid pick under 10%. So here we go. An All-Star and a Gold Glove. I got to go with my Lord and Savior, Grady Sizemore. 0.2%, look at me. The Braves and a Gold Glove. Don't ask me how I remember this. I think Foolish Baseball said it in a video months ago or years ago. Ender Inciarte, yes, he won a Gold Glove. Hall of Fame, who won a Gold Glove. I could go with, has Hank Aaron? Hank Aaron won a Gold Glove. I'm going to go Brooks Robinson. Brooks Robinson kind of gets forgotten about with the younger generation, so I feel like he could be under 10%. 8%, I just barely got that. An All-Star for the Dodgers, there's so many different picks, but I'm going for a low one. Russell Martin's coming to mind. I'm going to come back to that one. A Brave and a Dodger, Kemp. Didn't Matt Kemp have like a crazy RBI season for the Braves? 4%. Hall of Fame for the Dodgers. There's obviously Jackie Robinson. There's a few other guys. I'm going to go with the guy who put his arm around Jackie in that movie. Isn't Pee Wee Reese? He's in the Hall of Fame, right? 4%, look at me. An All-Star and a 300 average season, Michael Brantley. Dr. Smooth, he's under 10%. 0-1, yeah, he's way under 10%. A 300 average season for the Braves. Did Ronald, didn't he hit, or no, Ronald or Ozzie? I think they were really close when they were young, like 290s or something like that. Nick Markakis, did he hit 300? I'm going to go with just the two-timer. How did he not make the Hall of Fame? Dale Murphy. 3%, okay. I kind of felt that could be the one that messed me up, but we have a Hall of Famer who hit 300 in his career, a Hall of Famer that hit 300. I'm going to go Hank Aaron. He's under 2%. Oh, yeah, look at that. 2%, under 10%. Here we go. An All-Star for the Dodgers. I do not want to mess this up. Russell Martin. I'm going for it. Okay, so apparently there's a lot of Mars. There we go. Come on, I can't even speak anymore. What was he? Wait, 24! That's my best ever. I appreciate you guys watching all the way until the end. If you did, I'm going to be debuting 99 Julio Rodriguez on my gaming channel. Hit this little button right here. I post MLB The Show almost every single day. 99 J-Rod coming to your sub boxes. Click that, subscribe, and I'll see you over there.